Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you're all well. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make this really sweet Christmas wreath earring. So I'm going to make the matching one to this in this video. So to make a pair of these you're going to need some size 11 seed beads in red, green and gold. So I'm using these three. Any red, green and gold will do. You'll want your earring hooks and jump ring, and I'm going to use gold to accent with the gold beads, and they sit in between here. It's hard to see on with the flash on, but then you'll need your beading needle and thread. I'm using a size 12 hemline beading needle, and I'm using 35 inches of 6-pound fireline crystal. This is the one. And then you will also need some pliers just for when it comes to attaching your jump rings and earring hooks together. That's everything, so let's get started. So you're going to thread your needle and then begin by picking up 4 of your green beads, slide those down onto your needle, leaving a 5 or 6 inch tail. And then sew up through the first 2 of those beads. So right now you have this. And then you're going to take one of your red beads, coming out of the top of this one here, you're going to go down through the 2 on the other side. Oops, like that. So that you have this, and then you're going to pick up a gold. And coming out the bottom here, you're going to go up through the 2 on the other side, like that. So we have this little unit like this, and now you're going to move through this red one again, so you're coming out of the red one on the end, like that. Now you're going to pick up 4 more green beads, and you're going to go back through that red bead but on the opposite side, like that. So we have this. Now you're going to move through these 2 green beads on the side that you're coming out of. Oops. Through 2 of them like that. So now you're coming out at the end here. Now instead of adding another bead on the end here, we're going to share this first gold one. So what you're going to do is flip this group of 4 over like that. Okay, so you've flipped it in half like that, and you're coming out here. You're going to go through that gold bead on this side. And now back down through the 2 on the other side that we were coming out of. And now pull that really tight, and you should have this little unit like this. Okay, now you're going to move through the red bead again on the end. And we're going to start again, so picking up 4 green and going back through that red bead but on the opposite side. Like that. Now going up through 2, picking up a gold bead, down through 2. So you have this. Now back through that red bead again. Back through these 2. And into the gold bead. So pick up 4 more green beads and go back through the gold bead on the opposite side to where your thread's coming out. So you have this. Now move down through these 2 green beads on this side where your thread's coming out of. So you have this. So again, we're going to flip those last 4 over like that, and you're going to go through this red bead. So you're coming out of this group of 2 at the back here, so make sure you go through that side of the red bead. You don't want to cause that to twist if you go through the wrong side. So go through there like that. And now coming out of the red bead, you want to go through these 2 that are at the front. Pull that nice and tight. And then you have this. So now you're going to move through the gold bead. Okay, so it's same thing again, just making sure each time that you're watching where your pattern is. So you're alternating gold, red, gold. So this time we'll be adding a red bead over here. So just bear that in mind when you're going along. I'll show you one more time how to do one of these and then I'll let you go ahead and get going with it. So picking up 4 green, going through that gold bead on the opposite side to bring those 4 down. Now going up through the 2 on the side that you're coming out of, picking up your next red this time and going down through the 2 on the other side. So you're here, now through the gold. So we're here and now through these 2 on that side that you're coming out of, and then back through that red bead on the end. Okay, now we need to add the little group of 4 that we're going to flip over. So picking up 4 green and go back into that red on the opposite side. Now down through the 2 on the side that you're coming out of, so these 2 at the front, and now you're going to flip it over. So just flipping it over like that. So we're coming out the 2 at the front here, so make sure you're going into that gold bead in the middle from this side, not this side, otherwise it's going to get twisted. Pull that down, and then to finish off that little cube you go through the 2 at the back that it's not connected to yet, and then pull it tight and push it down with your thumb and finger like that when you pull it tight, and it will form the little cube. So we have this. Now don't forget to move through your red bead so you can carry on. Okay, so then we have this. So now you're going to keep doing that until you've got, so if you count these little squares, these little green groups of 4 here, you want to keep going until you've got 9 of those, and then I'm going to show you how to join it together. Keep going until you've got 9 of those, and if you get a bit stuck you could always rewind and watch this section again how to do this, and that should keep you going on your way. And by the way, because I'm going to be showing you how to join this together into a full circle, you could also make a bangle, which is what I made originally, which is this. This is the exact same pattern. And there's loads of different ways you can do it. You can change the colour of each little cube, or you could change the colours in between. You could do like a really fun rainbow effect. With this one I went super icy sparkly. So it's the same exact thing. You'll just obviously need to go a lot longer to make a bangle, but these are really nice gifts as well for the Christmas season. So I just thought I'd share that with you. So keep going until you've got 9 and then I'll join you again. Okay, so once you've gone and done that, so count and make sure you've got 9. And if you follow the pattern correctly, you should end with gold on one end and red on the other. So you've not got 2 same coloured beads next to each other. So it should look like this. So now I'm going to show you how to join it together. So when you fold it into the wreath shape, so it will fold easily this way. It sort of bends that way. But if you fold it that way, when you turn it on its side to have it as a wreath, you are just going to see the holes of all of these beads, if you see what I mean. Whereas if you hold it this way and bend it round this way, which is the way that it doesn't necessarily want to naturally bend, you see how you can see the colour of the beads rather than just seeing the holes. So that's just the way you want to make sure you bend it that way. Okay, so I'm just going to hold my tail thread out the way. So I've bent it round, like I said, like that. So now we're going to be using the red bead on this end and the gold bead on the other end. So you're going to start by picking up 4 green beads. And I'm coming out of the red one, so go back into the red one on the opposite side. Like that. Now, like always, down through these 2 on the side that you're coming out of. Now the bead that we're going to put at the end is going to be this gold one. So that's how you're going to twist it right round. Make sure you go through the top of this gold bead. So as you twist it around, make sure you're holding that gold bead as it will be in place so that you go through the right side of it. So you're going to hold it like that and you're going to go down through the top of the gold bead like that. Okay, so you have this. Now back through these two on the bottom. Okay, so we have this. Now go back through the red bead again. Okay, I'm picking up 4 again. Go back into the red one on the opposite side. Pull that down. Make sure it doesn't get caught around your thing. So you have this little group of 4 here that you just added. So if I hold it this way, you might be able to see. So like always, you're going to go up through the 2 on the side that you're coming out of. And now fold them down, and they're going to share this gold bead as well. So we're coming out the 2 at the top here. So go down through the top of the gold bead. And when you pull that down, it should start to close up so we can see where we are. Like that. So you're coming out the bottom of the gold bead, so now go through the bottom 2 of this little group because they're not connected yet. And then, oh, make sure that doesn't get caught, and then pull that nice and tight. Okay, and then back through the red bead. And this is what you have. So that's the same for if you're doing the bangles. That's how you'll join them together at the end as well. So this is what we've got so far. Now we just need to add the bow. Right, so coming out of the red bead, you're going to move through 2 here at the front of these green beads. Obviously the group next to where you're coming out of. Like that. Now you're going to pick up a red and skip this little gap here, and you're going to go straight through the next 2 on the top of the next group. Like that. So that's going to be the center of our bow. Okay, so we're coming out of these 2 here. Don't worry about going through this red one. You're just going to go straight through the 2 on the bottom of that group of 4 like that. So you're here, and now you're going to skip the gap between the 2 groups, and you're going to go through the bottom 2 on the next group of 4 like that. So you have this. Now we need to move back so that we're coming out of this red bead. So we're going to go straight through these 2 on the top and into the red bead. Like that. Now you're going to pick up 3 of your red. And coming out of the red one, you're going to go back through these 2 on this next group of green, but from this side, and back through the red. So you're creating a loop this way. So coming out of the red one and going back through the 2 green and then through the red again. So that they sit like that. And now we're going to do the same the other way. So pick up 3 red. And this time coming out of this side, you're going to go back through these 2 towards that center red bead. Okay, so you've got this, and your thread should be coming out of that central red bead. Now you're going to go back into this first little loop you made. You're just going to go up through the first one, just through 1. Now skip that one on the top and go back through the final one in that group of 3, Now when you pull it tight, make sure that that thread pops underneath that bead in the middle, and that's just going to make it sit like more like a point, like that. And then you're going to go back through the 2 green beads on the bottom and into the central red bead. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side, so up into the first bead in that loop, skip the second one and go down through the third one, making sure again that that loop of thread pops underneath. Pull it nice and tight and it'll come to a point like that. Now go back through these 2 green ones and back into that red bead in the middle. Okay, so we're here now picking up 3 red. We're going to make the little tassels now on the bow. So picking up 3 red, you're coming out of here, so this first group of 4 here, you're going to go through the bottom 2 this time, again from this side back, heading back towards the centre. Like that. And now move through the 2 on this side. And then we're going to move back up into the centre, but we're going to pick up 3 red beads as we do it. So picking up 3, and then from here you're just going to go straight back through that centre bead from this side to that. Oops. Now pull that all nice and tight, and there you have your little bow. So now all we need to do is attach our earring hook. So I'm going to attach my jump ring first. I think it hangs nicer when it has a jump ring and an earring hook. So to do that, so we're coming out of that central red bead and we want to be at the back. So I'm just going to move from that central red bead down through the 2 green ones that it's already connected to at the front, and then into the 2 at the back like that. So as you look at it now, here's your bow on the front, so flip it over to the back and you want your thread to be coming out of the 2 beads in this green group, so there's the centre. So make sure you're in the right place, otherwise your earring's going to hang wonky. And then you're going to pick up your jump ring and skip this gap here, and you're going to go through the next 2 on the front of this next group of green beads. Pull that in, so you have this. And now what I'm going to do is go down through the 2 on the bottom of that group that I'm coming out of, and then across through the 2 on the bottom of this group on this side, and back into the top 2 of that group. So I'm here again, and I'm going to go through that jump ring again, and then circle round again and go through it a couple of times. Make sure it's really secure in there. So go ahead and do that, and then we'll attach our earring hook and tie our knots. Okay, so I've done that, I've gone through that a few times, so I'm going to show you how to tie your knots here. So I would say to do it here on the back. So you just want to take your needle and catch the threads that are connecting the bead that you're coming out of to the next one under the threads like that. So you're catching those threads, pull that down and go through the loop that you've created twice. Pull it down nice and slow and make sure that knot fully tightens like that, and then move through the next bead and pull it nice and tight, and the knot should kind of vanish inside the bead. And then go ahead and move around and tie as many as you want, and do the same with your tail thread, and then cut them off, and then we'll attach our earring. All that's left to do is attach our earring hook. So I'm just going to take my pliers and open the earring hook up, and just make sure when you hook it on that it's going to be hanging with the front the right way. So hook that on, make sure it's going to hang the right way, and then just close that up nice and tight. And there we have it. That is our earring all finished. So I hope you've enjoyed this video and you're able to make a pair of these. They hang really nicely. They are a little bit top heavy, so they hang forward slightly, but when they're in your ears, they look absolutely fine. And so let me know what other Christmas videos you'd like to see, and like this video if you enjoyed, and subscribe to see more of my videos. You can follow me on Instagram at Beading by Hannah. I usually post polls there so you can vote on which video you'd like to see next. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. See you next time. Bye.